Where do people live in Northern California? Overwhelmingly, they are very concentrated in two areas. We've got the San Francisco Bay region, so I'm trying to showcase this. Probably by the time I finish making this video, they'll have a nice overlay of population density on a terrain map, but this is the best way I can show the particular pattern is people live where it's flat, where there's actual flat land. And there's not much of that in Northern California. It's extremely rugged. And so we can see this particular pattern around the San Francisco Bay, along all areas around the water, but also kind of in these little valleys. And so there's a valley up there, there's a valley, and so there's another valley, and then a big old valley, this big old valley, the Central Valley, or in the case of Northern California, the Sacramento Valley, that also we see people living in. And there it's overwhelmingly agriculture, which is the main economic base, and the reasons why people are living there. They're employed in the agricultural industry or something related to the agricultural industry. So like I said, there's the two core areas are the Valley and Sacramento, and the other one being the San Francisco Bay area. You get farther north, whether it be north of San Francisco or north of the Sacramento Valley, up in this particular area of Northern California, you have just a few urban areas or few cities and towns. Redding is prominent, kind of it's that first city, and I've traveled the I-5 coming down, and you're kind of up in these really rugged area, and then boom, you come straight down into the Central Valley. And as you come down, temperature increases like 10-15 degrees. Also, you get a little bit more precipitation through this particular area, so you got a really abundant agriculture as you get all the runoff. I shouldn't say precipitation, I should say moisture on the surface from the runoff from the mountains. Essentially surrounding in all directions. You come over here into the northern coast. This is extremely lightly populated. There ain't nobody living out here. I mean, it's very sparsely populated. The only little town there is Eureka, and if you zoom in, what do you know? It's kind of flat up in this particular area, and so anywhere there's flat land, people are going to live. Further, there's really no roads up here. I mean, the roads are very few and far between. And I'm setting up the fact that there's an illegal activity that maybe isn't so illegal anymore that's happened for a long time up in this very remote area that's very isolated, and people are happy about that isolation. The roads, they don't want roads coming through there. They want to remain isolated. They want this area to remain remote. And as part of this whole ecotopia idea is they want to kind of have very minimal influence on the environment, very minimal environmental change.